Hey everybody, welcome back to OneRoomOver Gaming. I am gonna go ahead and do another episode of this Silenced the House, because we didn't even get to anything last time. There was a brief murder, there was a brief murder, y'all! I hope you noticed. There's a brief mention of kidnapping, that my character is a kidnapper of some kind, but that's all that's about the only thing I gathered, and then just a lot of story. So, last time, the door opened itself. What's going on here? It was very dusty inside the house. It looks like the ghosts aren't very hospitable. No, because when they try and dust, they pick up the duster, and it just goes right through their little ghosty hands. Everyone laughed except Lloyd. He gave Kate a significant look. I think everyone here knows that you don't believe in such shit. Can you please stop? What's wrong? Darkness is so scary. Am I right, big boy? Come on, just teasing you. It's fun. But it's not like that. So you tell me, what can hide behind the shadow curtains? If it's not a ghost or a phantom, then what is it? A murderer? It isn't my fear. It's a freaking mental disorder. The name is nyctophobia. Make sure that your flashlight is not dead or you'll be in trouble. Don't even count on mine. It's all for me. Everyone laughed again. There was no need in flashlights anymore. Don't you see? We have candles. There's 1, 2, 3, that one's tiny, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus a fireplace. See, it's fine. The glowing eye of the full moon illuminated the house pretty well, but when we were outside, it was surely dark. It was very strange. Those freaking tricks again. Though it looks like it wasn't a big deal for anyone except me. Even though the candles peeked out from literally every corner of the room, I think everyone thought it was Grace's joke or something. This place aroused my curiosity, and I wanted to explore it a little bit. There were a few pictures hanging on the walls. To be exact, some of them had fallen off and were lying on the floor like dead rats with twisted paper tails. I saw no mirrors in the room, thank God, but it was only the first floor. Still, I'm glad. Houses are like narrators of people's life, made to tell the stories of their owners, if walls could talk. And this one was choking on dust and death. This armchair looked really convincing. It was old and fractured, but I still knew that its appearance was a lie. It was an evil chair. Swallow you whole it would. Even the carpet was old and shabby for every second of its existence. Yeah, they bought it at the old and shabby carpet store. I was aware of those tricks, and I knew I had little time. I took the cell phone out of my pocket and looked at the display. I saw that the connection was lost and it was already 8 p.m. The clock was ticking. Ella should turn up soon. I hope she would find the house. At least I drew her a map. Who's Ella? While exploring the room with a fireplace, I found boxes full of candles. I smiled wryly. We would need them later. There's a seance. We're doing a seance. We're sacrificing or we're doing a seance. Maybe there will be a Ouija board. Who knows? And of course there was the book, the most important item, the book. It's definitely going to be a sacrifice of some sort. They're going to get a ghost up in this. They're getting demons. We're going full horror movie. I just don't know how to do it without some extraordinary stuff. Of course, I was no amateur in that kind of cuisine. You could call me the chef of the kitchen, I guess, so I knew it from A to Z. I looked at the others. They were all wearing the same smiling faces, except Lloyd. This poor creature. Poor, idiotic creature. He wanted to blow Grace's skirt up, literally. He's just going to get down at knee level, and he's going to go right up that skirt. Sadly for him, it's not going to happen ever. The girls have already prepared their sleeping bags and spread some blankets on the floor. The scary house was slowly turning into some kind of warm, lovely nest. But I rushed to conclusions. That's not fun. The strings of fear caught us in its web when we saw a straw doll on the sofa. That doll has been through some shit. That doll has seen some stuff. There's a lot going on. We're missing an eye. Somebody gave this doll an improper haircut. The proportions are all wrong. We've got this one really detailed, kind of odd-looking claw hand. No. I'd run away. Just that's enough. Her button eyes pierce us through as if staring at our souls. one eye. Somewhere behind the skin there was a hall full of screams which couldn't reach our mouths. The apple of her eye was black like a rotten dead fruit, and the flickering hellfire of the candles made the scene more satanic. Lloyd nearly shit bricks when he saw this evil thing. The guy made a very strange screaming sound. Kate just couldn't miss the joke. She took out her cell phone out of her pocket and her fingers started to dance on the phone keypad. Suddenly, she began a made-up dialogue, pretending there was someone on the other end of the line. Hello, is this the mother of one wicked straw doll? I tend to know. Good. Tell your child to stay out of the light because she is too scary for our little Lloyd. Kate's got some pretty good tricks up her sleeve if she can talk on a cell phone with a bubble being blown out her mouth. Your girl scared him to death, you know. Go to hell, guys. Enough with this candy shit for one evening. Lloyd rushed to the sofa and grabbed the straw doll. Give me a hand, man. Light it up, Marty. Well, straw does burn. Marty gave his lighter to Lloyd, and the idiot threw the doll into the fireplace with her hair set on fire. But the flame died immediately. Oh ho ho! The damn witch! Why don't you just perish? You're a real idiot. It's a doll, not a paper shit. You need to light the fireplace first. We can use books or newspapers. Don't use books! Don't do that! Don't burn books! Use newspapers. Everyone glanced at me in surprise. Well, there are always some books in a house. It's an ordinary thing. We could search for them. Whew. I almost got caught. I knew the books were here. I know everything about this place. I own it, maybe. There was a playroom on the second floor, a kitchen on the ground floor, and 2 bathrooms. I was connected to this house, and I could almost hear its squeaking mice, gnawing its beating heart behind the walls. But it was only a strange delusion living in my mind. These morons looked in every corner of the house but found nothing, so it was my turn. But you can't walk straight to them, because that's like a giveaway. Here they are, jeez. Oh, they're heavy, so heavy. Lloyd approached me and took the books. Congratulations, Miss Ashley. I'm appointing you the Master of Doll Inquisition now. Thanks a lot. I faked a clumsy smile that almost turned into disgust. I got a very innocent face for whatever crazy bullshit I'm planning. Where are you going? It's time to punish the sinner. Maybe you can deal with this on your own? Don't be a pussy. It's just a joke. You are the justice. Make the evildoer pay. Last time I checked, you're the one who's being a little bit squeamish about this house. So maybe calm down, Lloyd. He lent me a lighter. If it were not for the rules, I would beat him hard. Okay. I set fire to one of the pages and threw the book on the pile of other books. I am a bad person who burns books. They turned to ashes in seconds, but the doll was still in flames. I was watching her face turning black in the bright scarlet flame. Yeah, straw burns pretty freaking quick, so this is a lot of pomp and circumstance. For nothing. Tongues of fire played with the stitches on the doll's face, and for a moment I saw her wicked smile. I heard agonized screams. In my hand there was something. A phone. On the other end of the line, tires rubbing against the ground, grinding of metal, bones cracking, front windows smashing to pieces. I feel shards of glass stuck in my neck. They pierce my chest and my heart. Maybe the explosion tore their limbs off. Maybe it was a meteor fallen from the sky, or they were buried alive by some psycho. It doesn't matter. They are dead. I can't stand it anymore. I'm relieved this nightmare. Oh, I've relived this nightmare over 1,000,000 times. Reading too fast. I relived the day when it was all gone. Without knowing it, I touched the tooth, which was always carrying in my pocket. It was some kind of ritual, but not as useless as most of them. It was more than effective. For a moment, sorrow in my eyes changed to coldness. My fingers released the tooth and looked at Lloyd. You satisfied? That's the face! That's the face right there, like, can we be done now? Yeah, but you're the sinner like everyone else. That's why you should be punished. I'll turn you on the minute I turn the lights off in a bedroom, sweetie. And that's the actual face you should meet that bullshit with, too. Just like, bitch, please. Come on now. You're not anything special, I promise. Lloyd didn't give me the chance to evade his lightning kiss. I have almost died of disgust as his tongue touched my cheek, like a maggot lurking in the corpse. His lips were as cold as a dead man's. I guess I'll pass. I'd rather confess my sins. I smiled wryly and wiped his icy touch from skin with my sleeve? Okay. Actually, there's one thing you're right about. Everyone sins. Lloyd shrugged his shoulders and began unpacking his things. It's present-giving time! The girl opened her backpack and took out a book with a colorful ribbon on it. Don't get it to me, because I'll just burn the shitting thing. Take it, beautiful. It's for you. Thanks, cutie. Oh. I always wanted to read the biography of Scott Malcolm, one of the greatest guitarists. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's a cool present. Lloyd was next. Oh, I'm sure it'll be thoughtful. I thought that if you liked their last album, you must check out these. Grace took the CDs and hugged Lloyd. She slapped his butt hard. The keys to the house in Skyward Lane 65 tinkled like a ringing bell. Okay, so people are actually giving kind of decent presents. Grace likes music. That's cool. Grace, that's all you get, big boy. Lloyd was a little embarrassed. I gave her earrings. They were pretty cheap. I bought them on sale, because I'm very thoughtful. Thanks. Martin left the house. Through the window, I saw him smoking. He didn't even try to take his pack of smokes out of his pocket on the way here. Maybe if he smoked near Kate, she would order him to swallow the cigarettes one by one, lit up. Ugh, that would suck. When Martin came back in, he took the bracelet from his bag and whispered something. I bought it because it was beautiful and cheap, of course, but it has the Japanese hieroglyphs, which mean happiness and money, so maybe it'll work fine for you. Cool, nice thingy. All of a sudden, Martin put the bracelet on Grace. It cuffed her wrist with a loud click. Now it was time to eat the cake, but Ella was still on her way, so everyone felt depressed. Someone suggested playing cards, and everyone agreed. Isn't Ella the sister that or was it a brother that I kidnapped? I already forgot. In fact, I didn't know who it was because my mind was focused on other kinds of issues. I had more important things to do. I approached the book that was lying on the mantelpiece and took it. Okay, I don't care what you have to do. Before you do anything, you do eat cake. I'm a firm believer in that. There are very few occasions in life where I will actively discourage eating cake in favor of the more pressing thing in front of you. Because, I mean, cake is delicious and must be eaten. If there's cake, you should eat it. Unless you're allergic to cake, then don't eat it. Or like dairy, or whatever the fuck might be in the cake. I don't care. But if you are physically able, and it is not an extreme circumstance, I say eat cake. No one noticed the book except me. It was out of human sight. Even I did not see it. I only felt it at first. When I opened the book, I looked at the strange symbols that didn't make any sense until I touched the tooth in my pocket. So the tooth in my pocket allows me to read the book that is not seeable by human eyes. Okay, I understood everything. While consuming the symbols, I almost tore some of the pages off. Finally, thousands of letters and words formed the phrase, I am Morris Alfera. Well done, Ashley. This phrase was like a good old friend to me. I lost count of how many times the phrase came up in my mind, and I still couldn't remember its true self, full of inconceivable power. If I just spoke the mysterious words without the book, nothing at all would happen. I am Morris Alfera. I took my phone out of the pocket and looked at the display. It was 10 p.m. already. I could swear to God, like 4 sentences ago, it was 8 p.m. So in the time it took me to find this book and read it, 2 hours has passed. The time passed quickly and the game was about to begin. Would it be a fair one? The question has always tortured me. I can't say if I'm doing the right thing or not. I always doubt. Some part of me knows the answer, but I don't know which part it is. While I was reading the book, the others continued to play cards. Both Lloyd and Martin called me to join them a couple times, but I always refused. They didn't ask why. I think they were just playing their own game with me. I finished reading the book, so it's time to make my turn. I need to come up with something and fast to hurry things up. I can't just leave this to Grace. Even the fact that I'm allegedly holding her brother hostage, it's her brother I'm holding hostage, doesn't mean I can fully trust her. And suddenly luck smiled at me. I saw Lloyd cheating at cards. The trick was simple. He filled his hand with trumps, but not Donald Trumps, just trumps. I just needed to prove it, so I just waited for the right moment. I can see things. I see. I bet you have a trump, ace, and jack. Stop being ridiculous. I don't believe you're psychic or something. The rumors at school, they're all bullshit. Your eyes tell me otherwise, Bubba. I came right to him and looked into his eyes. I was looking at him with a sadistic smile like he was a bug that I was going to squash. Show us your cards. Lloyd looked pathetic. This pompous jock was trembling all over. Actually, it was pretty funny. Or it wasn't. Suddenly I realized that my decisions and actions started confusing me more and more. In the beginning, I was completely sure that I forgot how to read. It was like using a manual that was telling me how to win lotteries with a 100% chance, but screw this shit. For me, it was as usual as breakfast in the morning. Of course, I want to return to that factory and repeat the whole thing one more time, but not as much as I wanted it a month ago. What thing? I'm sure I've got to work to find it out, but what thing? When I was almost maniacally laughing, looking at the woman who was trying not to fall, clutching the elevating cabin of the roller coaster. Just show them. Martin hit Lloyd's hands, and the trumps fell on the floor. You asshole, give me my 20 bucks back. It wasn't me, she set the whole thing up. Are you kidding me? I was miles away from you. You couldn't know. You just looked at my cards. Well, you knew that I had these trumps. Yes, I saw you cheating. It's not fucking rocket science. I wasn't cheating. Prove that you're psychic. Looks like Lloyd was going mad, or getting mad. Obviously, I pretended that his words hurt me. Shit, it was so hard not to gloat. He was going straight into my trap. You fool! My feelings turned into some strange mix, and it was difficult for me to understand what I actually felt. Maybe I froze for a moment. That's why Lloyd yelled one more time. If I continue to lose the connection to reality like this, they'll definitely think I'm crazy. Come on, Ashley, keep it together. I touched a tooth like it was giving me some strength and smiled wickedly. Prove it! It's not as easy as you would think. Yeah, you're right. I could get a peek at your cards, but I didn't. What number from 1 to 1,000 am I thinking of? Okay, the odds are not in my favor on this one. I'm gonna guess 12. Geez, it seems like this guy really believed in my abilities, which, by the way, leave much to be desired. For now, at least, so maybe I am a little psychic. That's not interesting at all. It must be something more difficult. 1 through 1,000,000! Add in some Greek alphabet symbols for fun. 1 through 1,000,000, and then you can use alpha, omega, beta, zeta, carotene. I don't know alphabet. Many letters from the Greek alphabet. I am slowly losing the ability to talk, and I am sorry. What color is Kate's underwear? So we went from choosing a number between 1 and 1,000 to the color of Kate's underwear. It just got a lot simpler. Kate's not wearing underwear, probably. Everyone ignored this question. Summon the spirits. I heard lots of psychics can talk to them. Yeah, this is going well. We're on the right track, everyone. Yeah, that'll be cool. Geez, you're like Ella, but I'd agree, that'd be great. I guess it's not a very good idea. I'll prepare everything. So I guess this is obviously what Ashley wanted. It was really difficult not to laugh. They were so ridiculously naive. It was funny to see them like this, but there was something more. The mystery of the whole thing, it inspired me in some way. Playing with fire always intrigued me. I knew something inexplicable, exciting, and terrifying at the same time was about to happen. Knowing this raised my spirits even more so that it wasn't my fault. They sometimes asked me to do it. Nobody forced them. It would probably be better to do everything wrong, to end this madness once and for all. But not today. This fool inspired me. He'd made me sink into a slough full of rotten memories. I felt like I had fallen to the bottom of a huge can filled with maggots. They were crawling into my ears. I heard them twitching inside. Heard their whisperings of death. Perhaps Lloyd would be the first. This moment of uncertainty has always turned my curiosity into a hungry beast, waiting for the meat in its bloody bowl, given to it by the hand of fate. I dusted off the old handkerchief that was lying on the floor and began placing candles on it very carefully, like a caring mother who was taking her precious children from kindergarten. 13 little children, short and tall, plump and thin, but all hungry. They were sleeping in my handmade cradle, which I swung as I carried it to the ritual moon. This analogy got dark real quick. I called this room by that name the moment we entered the house. It was kind of sad that I couldn't examine it properly because of the pile of memories and thoughts that followed me to the main door. It was pretty dusty in here. It's obvious that a house like this had seen its best days, and now it was old, abandoned, and forgotten. In some corners of the hall, I could see spiderwebs. Gross! Icky! I really wanted my working place to be just a bit cleaner. Before I started my preparations, I knocked on the wall with a broom. I knocked on the wall and a broom fell in my hands. What? Just brooms suddenly just come spitting out of the walls if you knock on them? Suddenly I felt very angry. What the heck? It would be a lot easier for her to do this. her meeting Ella. I threw the broom to the wall, but it vanished before it reached the obstacle. There's a magic broom! The floor became much cleaner. That's how it's done. You knock on the wall, the broom falls down. You get angry, you throw the broom back, all the dust disappears. That's the cleaning I want to be able to do with my life. So I got a piece of chalk. This is my main tool for the night. Of course, I didn't like it crawling on the floor, but it usually I didn't like crawling on the floor, but usually done this way. Squat, don't crawl. I like using the wall in the asylum much more than the traditional way. So I'm guessing this is a repetitive thing, like she lures people to locations that are spooky, and then performs this kind of weird-ass ritual, possibly to bring back family members that were lost in a car accident. I don't know, this is all speculation. I'm using the bits of text that we've gotten throughout this to try and piece together this puzzle. I tried some new things back there, but unfortunately everything ended badly. At least I stayed alive. In fact, I didn't use the chalk too much. There were no tangled symbols. It was just a huge circle in the center of the room, and of course, the star. It just wouldn't work without it. Pentagrams, can't live without them. Crucial to ritual work, says mainstream media since whenever the fuck. So that's all the time I'm gonna stop right here, and then next time we're gonna get into the ritual and what it's gonna be and what horrible thing is gonna happen, and hopefully unfold more of Ashley's diabolical plan, you know, for funsies. So thank you guys for coming back to OneRoomOver Gaming. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this new Let's Play I'm doing of Silence the House. I am going to finish Stitch, but I just definitely wanted to kind of break the monotony of playing the same game over and over and over, because I really like that game, but I also want to give you guys some fresh content, you know, so you don't get bored. So thank you guys for coming back, thank you for watching, and until next time, you know, you guys know I'll be over here, OneRoomOver, playing games, as always, and I will see you all very soon. Alright, bye!